Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that it chose to join me today as we look into the dead person that we found on the pier. I wonder if that has anything to do with Ruby. Hopefully so, because otherwise we're sort of stuck. So Billy Majon is a woman, not a man. Well, we don't know that. What the heck? First answer, immediately. So, Billy Majon that we found in dead in the pier has, in this dialogue at the very least, consistently been referred to as they and them. And then we know husband over here. It was Billy's husband. So are we assuming, or are we living in a world that it's only women and men, and the only women and men that get married to each other? Because if it's non-binary, then it wouldn't be either a woman or a man. And then in the them, especially with the them, the pronoun. And it also says, good, you know a name now, says a logic, which is weird because we don't know the name. Do you know the husband's name? I'm going to go with that. Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Can Marie describe to me how the husband looked like? Marie, and a moment passes. Yeah, she said he was an older man, and she's pretty sure he had a drink or two the last time she saw him. What was he wearing? 1 second. The librarian turns away from the phone again and replays the question. Sorry, Maria wasn't really paying any attention to that. This is bad news, actually. It could be me. I mean, at this point, anything could be me. Thank you. That's all for me. I have no other questions. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer. The librarian hangs up and calls, and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click. Anything else you need from me? Asks Alice. Nope, I'm done. 57th, over and out. Her voice disappears into the void. Well, well, well. That is interesting, because now we need to call the station about the dead body. That's actually a good point. Might as well do it. Put on the radio again. Hey, Alice, I'm sorry. Please report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk. 1 moment. You can hear her shuffling through some papers. Can you please describe the body, age, sex, cause of death? Yeah, an unidentified middle-aged man, height 107. Here referred to as man. I don't remember us seeing anything that would tell us make that assumption anyway. But anyway, I do recall something. I don't recall thinking it was a man anyway. So anyway, could be non-binary. But at this point, we haven't talked to anybody that has actually been involved with them. So who knows? Height 107 to 175 centimeters. Dark medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in a boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench. We expect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him and traces of vomit on his shirt. Any signs of violence? Nope. Seems like it was an accident. No field autopsy necessary, she repeats. You hear her quickly typing in the background. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? Yeah, he was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets. Any information on the library card? Yeah, it's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Majon. Good, you have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? Oh, no, we're taking the case. I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? Nope. Thank you. That's that. And that means that we actually only have this one, which means we need to go to the apartment. Now, going to the apartment from here is a bit of a faff, because it's all the way around. Oh! The book is titled Men from Jomdal and the Wildfire. I spotted a book somewhere. I mean, there's books all over the place. That's where I spotted it. The thing is, I didn't do it before because my skills were bad. That's usually how it is. Or my pens were wrong. That also works. Now to figure out this apartment complex, because it is a pain. Now, I think if I go in here, It is a big area? No, no it isn't. If I go in here, we can see numbers. I think so. You see that? Why is it interactable again? Is that a bug? Can I do that over and over again? No. It just didn't... There's somebody in there. Did you see that? Look at that. I can even click. Number 10. Okay. Yeah. I think that's somebody that we met already. It's just, I don't remember. Anyway. We need to go to the balcony. Because it's not here. I think the 2 stands for the second floor. Which would make this the floors here. I mean, if I say second floor, it's the American second floor, not the rest of the world second floor. I say rest of the world, but really it's Europe. So... a weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup à l'oignon. 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 L'oignon? L'oignon? L'oignon. L'oignon. Yes. L'oignon. Which probably is onion. Which is weird as well, because it's which means... Ooh! I wonder if that's where our Portuguese names for food comes from. Basically, a lot of our dishes have this. It's even written the same. So it would be sopa instead of soup, which means soup. Actually, in French, that would be soup, I believe. Anyway, the point is, we call it like that, and it's always like this sounds. It sounds like it translates. It doesn't translate into soup of onion or soup with onion. It translates soup in the manner of the onion. At least in Portuguese it does. I'm not sure if it does in French. So, but I think maybe that's where we got that, because you know, tradition gets imported from other countries and stuff like that. It's always weird to think of a lot of our dishes as made to the manner of somebody else, because it's what it sounds like, or usually it usually is what, like bolognese, which I think that's a French name, but the dish itself in English is very similar to the Portuguese bolognese pasta, or what we call it, massa a bolognaise. There's the a bit, but that sounds correct because it's pasta made to the manner of Bologna. So bolognese would be... It's still... Anyway, the point is, we're continuing, and I'm not rambling about this stuff anymore. The lieutenant motions you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard, says our Inland Empire. Ooh, are we actually telling the bad news? Yeah, I didn't think about that, actually. I thought it was just, this person must have murdered somebody. Get yourself together. It's just police work, says our volition. Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect? You're right. Let's talk this through. He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit. You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the background or on the radio. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Majon. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Oh, I got it the other way around. Right. I misunderstood. Who was whom? I thought... I figured Billy Majon was the person that we found, but it wasn't. We are going to talk to Billy Majon, and whoever had her this whole nonsense of just saying husband and immediately assuming it's a woman, that's just nonsense in general. But like, I don't know the laws of this country. I don't know if they're homophobes. How do I know? Can you tell me how I know, video game? Can you? Anyway. Now delivering a death notification is never an easy task, says Kim. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. All right. I think I'm ready. Kim motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls out from the other side of the door. And someone turns the radio down. Is this Billy Majon's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please. Give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside. Tidying up nervously. Also us. Interesting. There's fear in her voice.
Come in. The door is open.
I guess we're going in. And for the first time into one of these little... No, not for the first time, but Kim usually doesn't accompany us. And it's a good thing that we didn't send him home yet. So. We have a lot of things to investigate. Maybe we shouldn't do that right away. Or maybe we should, because we're going to deliver bad news. I might as well be ready. Hello, detective. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains? Or they just don't have that priority? I say, I don't have curtains in my room. It's not even newspapers, because I don't buy them. It's just some sheets. It's basically that. I can't afford curtains, I just don't care for them. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Interesting. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions here. Which would be the soup. The l'oignons, or something. A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. In chalk? That must be recent then. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious. Rings hollow in the room. A textbook for high school. Mathematics, trigonometry, mostly. Huh. I didn't learn trigonometry in high school. I went to the humanities side of things.
It's you, from the book stand.
Oh, it's her. Yeah, I remember her. We talked to her in the book stand, specifically. She didn't want to be bothered. She said... I asked her about her kids and if she knew where her kid was. And I, had this premonition of her kid being missing or something like that. And she said, no, they're not. She looks at you for a moment without knowing what to do.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Or tea, lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken his foggy glasses off and is busy cleaning them with his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead? Says our empathy. I don't think so, empathy. If this why were how, then yes, this is how he's letting me take the lead. But he has control over whether he puts his glasses on or not. It's not like he lost them. So, tea and lemonade. We're out of coffee. I kind of wanted to accept, but I can't. Tea would be lovely. Lemonade would be nice as well. But I'm all right. Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what... She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face. Keep it together, says our composure, on a medium success. You don't want your body language to tell her the news. Or I do. That's a strategy as well, I would imagine. Have I ever... I say that, I'm immediately, as I say that, I'm immediately trying to draw from my own experience in this situation. I think I might have had to deliver this news to somebody. I don't think about that a whole lot, but I think I might have. Yeah, I think so. You know, death's in the family and all that, and people need to know, and yeah. And just be there for the person, rather. Yeah, it's not really so much about the delivering the news than just being there and just being a support. She says, sorry, I'm rambling. She shakes her head and tries to laugh it off. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So how can I help you? How about some small talk before you break the news? There's an impossible empathy check over here that I will succeed at. Or hopefully I will succeed at, because it's a 97% chance already. Because Kim is here for a +4. I kept my composure for a +1. Discuss things through with Kim, which is a +1. And also have the lieutenant's handkerchief. I don't actually know what that might be, but I think we're going to be able to get some more pluses over here. And I probably should. So how have you been? How have I been? She shakes her head. You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer? Oh, that's a minus, isn't it? Oh, freaking hell. Can't write a scene without knowing the actors. Ask more. Get comfortable about her. Yeah, I noticed you were cooking something. People gotta eat. Oh, that's getting worse. People gotta eat. She rubs her hands together, anxious. What is this about? Why are you suddenly asking me about my cooking? You live here with Victor, your husband, right? It's me, Victor, and the kids here. She nods. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolly. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned them at the bookstand. They came home later. They're good girls. And where is everybody? I don't see anyone home. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight, and Victor is out? She swallows visibly. Out where? He has a problem with drinking, and so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the pox, drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. She smiles sourly. Do you remember what he was wearing when you last saw him? His old leather jacket. Can you describe it? It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so it reminded him of his teenage years, says our empathy. Drawing on my experience here, I think so. I think if you wear old stuff, it reminds you as that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he wore it because it reminded him of that. Although it might be the case. For me, it might not be. That's why. Anyway. What about the inner lining? Yeah, she stops. The lining is hand sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter. There's something else that I wanted to tell you. Okay, that made it better. That made it better. I don't know how it made it better. Made her anxious. Too much small talk. Oh boy. I don't know how it made it better. How did it bring it up from 80-something to 97 again? Maybe that -1 was -2 before. Probably. So I'm going to tell her about the dead body. You piece of crap. You don't want to. I roll. This is another one of those cheats. Wow, the game just pulls these, doesn't it? Like, I rolled high enough. You needed to, for you to fail that, you needed to roll 2 1s. I didn't roll amazingly, but I rolled a 1 and a 3. So, I was even, like, I could have rolled a 17 and I would still succeed. It's rolling the 16 that sucks. So, this is definitely a you don't, unless there's like a hidden, like, unless it's impossible on a 17, but it's not really a 17, it's like a 23, and you need to roll really well as being really good for this. Wait, what is my answer? There has been enough pain. But we have to. I'm talking to myself, by the way. I don't want to do this. Oh, wait. This is not you don't want to. It's our empathy doesn't want to. Freaking hell, this game should have been called No Truce with the Furies all the time. They really, I mean, if it were, actually, it would be a little bit undermining. Because there should be more of this for the game to actually be like that, because we're fighting with arena demons and stuff like that. But this is one of those occasions. It happens every once in a while, and it's awesome every time. This time, our empathy just doesn't want to do this check. I don't want to. I misread it. I don't want to, says our empathy. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna turn to Kim and say, it seems like there's a part of me that refuses to do this. Do what? Officer, the lieutenant warns you. Too late, you ruined it. Just say it now. Says our empathy. Shut up, you ruined it. Your husband's dead. Oh, I'm dying. I am dying from telling people that their husband's dead. How did I take health damage from this? Holy crap. Excuse me? What? She blinks. What'd you say? A godly failure. Oh, our pain threshold, that's why. She's in pain. She's in so much pain, and so are you. Your chest is burning, and now I'm looking at that. Look at that. Jesus. The lieutenant steps in. We're very sorry to inform you, but your husband, Victor Mejean, was found dead this morning from the Martinez boardwalk. Oh. She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater. Oh, she says again. But he was just... She looks at the kitchen table, where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray. He was just alive here. Or just here, alive, says our empathy. I understand that this comes as a huge shock, says Kim. I want you to know that me and my partner, he points at you, are here for you if you have any questions. We're very sorry for your loss, ma'am. What happened to him? Tell me. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. He fell and smashed his head against the bench. And you just found him there? Lying in the cold? She shakes her head. How long had he been there? It's hard to say. She doesn't reply. Her eyes well up with tears as she struggles to keep it together. You hear the clock ticking in the children's room. Is there anyone we could call for you? Asks Kim. A friend? A family member? Someone who could be there for you? No, she breathes in. I just need to tell my girls. The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly. God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come? What kind of answers are these? Smack your lips, or look away, or say yes. What does smacking your lips means? That's just weird. I don't even know what smacking your lips is. Like an actual motion. Is it the closing of the lips, or is it the opening of the lips? Because it could be just kissing the air. You know what I mean? Is that smacking your lips? Or is it this sound? Which is not anything to do with the lips. What does that... I never know. This happens every once... This shows up every once in a while. I've seen this written. I just don't know what it means. I'm going to say yes, because... Yes. Also, I didn't think about the answer. It's a pretty straightforward yes or no, but I didn't... The moment I think about it, yes. Yes, you should. Alright, I'll call them. She breathes in again, trying to steady herself. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him? He's still there, on the boardwalk. You haven't even taken him away? There's alarm in her voice. No, we have, says Kim. He was taken to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. Yeah, I forgot about that, Kim. Our calling the phone and immediately coming here means that he's not there anymore, which I find it hard to believe considering how isolated we feel in here, but still, it is. Apparently they went in there, and it's in the city morgue, the corpse. He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you? No, I'll call if something comes up. I'm still a bit... She rubs her face, blotchy and numb. Alright, that's it then. Again, if there's anything we could do for you, then don't hesitate to call the RCM, ma'am. She just nods, distant and inconsolable. The bed springs rattle beneath her as she begins to shake. I'll take it from here, thank you. She points at the front door, breathing fast now, holding herself back. The lieutenant nods at the woman, and then looks back at you, his voice lowered. We should step outside and talk. And I'm gonna set the library card by her. I'm gonna put it down basically and leave the room. And Kim wants to talk to us. But we're going to have to talk to him in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.